the vast majority of men today have at some point in a marriage said happy wife, happy life, or my better half, right? And one of the things that you see when you unplug from the matrix and you start to see the code as it drops in front of you is a lot of your, like, people right now listening to this, I want you to take a look around at everybody you know that's married. And then I want you to count on, your fingers and toes, how many of them are actually happy versus the ones that are actually married, like clearly happy, that have been married for a long time. The other thing that I want you to take into consideration is how many times have you heard them say things like happy wife, happy life, or she's my better half. One of the most odd behaviors that I see a lot of is around birthdays and anniversaries and even Valentine's Day is on social media, especially Facebook. Because if you're married, you often tag your wife or your husband. It's, Richard Cooper married to so-and-so sort of thing. And it's tagged there. And you'll see, like, on a wedding anniversary, she's my better half. She's the best person ever, my best friend, blah, 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 blah. And there's a picture of him there with his family and his kids. And it's like, like the whole Hallmark card. And then you click hers and you look at what she's doing on that day and it's crickets. And there's a picture of her on the beach with her girlfriends drinking wine in their bikinis, right? And it's like, really? Like, do you not see what's going on here, my friend? You're the one doing all the work. You're the glue that's holding the marriage together. And she's showing herself off to the world in a bikini, drinking wine with her girlfriends in Cancun for the girls' weekend.
I totally agree. And I think the problem here, though, once again, I would actually put that in the, it's a lack of frame from the fucking man. Like,
it's an absolute lack of frame.
That reminds me of what you talked about in your book. It was I think you called it the process of betatization, right?
Betatization through 1,000 concessions, correct?
Yeah, that's it. So that's what happens to a lot of these guys is that, as you said, they get married. But this is the same with all sorts of things. I think it's, people who start a business, for example, that think that, I'm going to start a business today and tomorrow I'm going to drive a BMW. And then, a year later, they realize it was fucking difficult. It's like, you actually have to keep progressing and actually keep building it. So for me, the most successful relationships or marriages that I've seen have been ones where the man actually, his frame increases in the process. It doesn't decrease. But as you said, that's super rare. It's
difficult though, because everything that society is doing and saying, all the narratives, everything Hollywood does inspires exactly the opposite. Like it's very common today for women to say, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday in, May, whatever. So we're going to go down to Cancun together for a girls' weekend. And the vast majority of men would say, okay, because they're incompetent morons and they think that, things should be equal for men and women are the same. And like, there's no need to set boundaries. You try that with a guy that's Muslim and the question wouldn't even come up. Like, I can tell you right now, my girlfriend wouldn't even ask me that question today. She wouldn't say, so-and-so is having a birthday. We're going down to Cancun, so I'm going to go. She wouldn't even broach the question. She would just say to her girlfriends, you go and have fun, sort of thing. That's what frame is, right? That's what having frame is in a long-term relationship. Because if a woman's in your frame and she loves you and she cares for you and you the same for her, you're not going to expose that relationship to risk, right? 100%. And if you think going to Vegas for a girls' weekend or down to Cancun for a weekend, hanging out with your girlfriends where there's unlimited amounts of booze and unlimited amount of dick around them, that good things are going to happen only, and they're going to be sitting around talking and gaggling about loving their husbands and their children, you're a moron. Like, you are a gullible moron, essentially, at the end of the day. And that's a vast majority of men today, right? Like, they'll let things like that happen. And I get flack for it. I'll get called names. Oh, you're insecure. You're overbearing. You're misogynistic, blah, blah, blah. No, that's the way things have always been. Right. Totally. Men had responsibility to their woman, but they also had authority.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page there.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pinned down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.